Hey guys, it's Justine. I wanted to show you all the stuff I bought this week. I never ever go to like thrift shops or or I go to like secondhand bookstores like book bins and stuff, but I never really go to like Goodwill or thrift shops anymore. I've been there in a long time. I don't know why I just haven't. And Brandon wanted to go one day, so I was like, okay, I'll go. And then I got a bunch of things. I got 13 books, 2 shirts, and then Brandon got 2 shirts, a pair of pants, and a pair of shoes. So I was like, I should show you guys what we got, because they were good deals, and I like books, so that would be fun to show you. I'm going to show you the books first. I got 13 of them. Look, let's see if I can pick them all up at once. Look! One of the books, I got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I've never owned it before. This book was $1. I've never read it, which is really weird because I always wanted to. And I know it's like one of those classics that everybody has to read. So now I'll read it at some point. I also got Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. This book was 50 cents. It was half off. That's amazing. That's such a good price for a book. I didn't like the Dear John movie. And I've actually never read a Nicholas Sparks book, but I've always wanted to because The Notebook is one of my favorite movies. Even though there's problems, don't start telling me that there's problems with The Notebook. I know about them. I still like the movie, and I recognize the issues. And it makes me want to read some Nicholas Sparks books because I hear that they're pretty decent. And so when it was 50 cents, I was like, well, might as well get it. I also got Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. This is going to be another childhood thing, but this is going to be like shocking to people. I never read a Judy Blume book in my life. When I was a kid, everybody was reading Judy Blume and talking about how great she was, and I don't know what happened. I just skipped her somehow, and I never read her. And this book was $1 normally, but it was 70% off, 80% off. It was 80% off, so I paid 40 cents for this. 40 cents. How can you not get a book for 40 cents either if you've never heard of it or never read the author before? You have to get it. Another book I got, it's called Princess in the Spotlight, which is the Princess Diaries 2 book. Normally it was $1.99, and it was also 80% off. So does that also make it 40 cents? I don't know. I'm not good at math on the spot, so something like that. It was a good price. I don't have the first book, but I always wanted to read it because, again, Princess Diaries is one of my favorite childhood movies. And so I got this, and then at some point I can find the first one and buy it, and then I'll read them both. This book, I got Poppy, and the author is ABI, or as I pronounced it as a kid, Abby. I love this book. It was normally 99 cents. It was 70% off. So that's a good price. I figured, I like owning my books. When I was a kid, the Poppy series was one of my favorite books ever. It's so cute. It's about a little deer mouse and how she's trying to, survive in the wilderness. And it's just a good book. It's really cute. And Read Across America Week's coming up. And childhood reading is important. So I thought that I would do, a little book review on kids' books that week. And this one will be perfect because it was my favorite when I was a kid. The next book I got was Gillian Flynn's Sharp Objects. It was $1.99. I spent $1.99 for this. This one wasn't on sale. It was just straight up $1.99. I still haven't read Gone Girl. I don't know how I haven't. I really need to. I own Gone Girl. It's on my TBR. I definitely am going to read it this year because I still haven't seen the movie because I don't want to ruin the book. That's one of the few books that I really don't want the movie to ruin it for me. So I still haven't watched the movie or read the book. And then I was wanting to read this because some people were talking about it on Tumblr and saying how good it was, so I got it. This is another book I got. It is called Human Remains by Elizabeth Haynes. It was normally $2.99, but it was also 80% off. I'm not even going to tell you what price that meant it was because I don't know off the top of my head. I need to pull up my calculator, and then by the time I add that up, that's just time wasted. I've never heard of this book or this author in my life, but the cover looked cool, and then I read the back of it, and I was like, this sounds like a decent book. I could read it, and it's a decent size, too. Look at that. How many pages? 438 pages. The Lovely Bones. I have seen this movie. I wish I would have waited to read the book, but I have seen the movie, and I loved it. This book was $1.99, and it was also 80% off. So cheap. Look how pretty that cover is. The only issue I did find with it is it was a little folded. I went to Scottsdale in the thrift stores. Some of these books were new, guys, I'm pretty sure, because some of them, they just, you feel a book and you know it's new, or it's only been read once or twice, and you just know in your heart and soul this book was new. That's how I felt. So that was kind of cool to get some new books, because some of the books in the Phoenix stores I've noticed are a little loved, which I don't really mind. But the book I got, Girl Interrupted, was $1.99. This was 60% off, I believe. 60 or 70% off. Let me see. 60% off. This book was 60% off. I remember a year or two ago I found out that there was a book, and I really wanted to read it because I loved Girl Interrupted when I was a teenager. It was probably one of my favorite teenager movies, so I'm glad I got it. This book. Oh my god. Dang. This is A Dog's Journey. It was normally $1.99. It was 70% off. I think. Yeah. So, for those of you who know, the movie A Dog's Purpose just came out. And I basically was taking that as a 101 guide on how to find my old dog who we had to put down last year. She was very old and sick. And granted, the movie did not teach me how to find her again, which is disappointing. Then I found out, though, that it's a book series, and then I knew I had to read it because it was just, I love dogs. They're so sweet and innocent and pure. And then I found out there's a second one, and then I'm walking around in there in Goodwill, and I ran into the second one, and I was just like, I have to have it. So now I need to get either the first one and buy it, or I need to get it from the library so I can read the series, and hopefully this will be my guide to find Sweetie again. The Help. This was normally $2.99. This was 80% off. I always wanted to read this, and somehow I never read it when it first came out. I don't know how I skipped it. I just didn't. I saw the movie. I loved it. One of my favorite movies. I'll watch it a bunch. So I'm so happy to finally have the book. And it's so cheap. How do you not buy books when they're this cheap? I got The Shack. The Shack. I paid $1.99 full price for it. This book, I don't know when it came out exactly, but when I was a freshman in high school, I went to a Catholic private school my freshman year, actually. And so everybody I knew was reading this book and telling me I had to read it and how great it was. And of course, because everybody was telling me I had to read it, part of my brain was like, nah, no I don't. And then I found out that the book's a little bit religious. And for those of you who know me, we know I am not the most religious person in the world. So that instantly put me off it. And I was just like, nope, don't need that in my life. And so I never read it. And then I was watching TV one day, and the trailer came up for the movie, and the movie looks super good, and the girl, excuse me, I don't know her name. I normally know her name, but I can't think of her now, but she's from The Help, and I love her. She's in it, and so then I have to see it because she's in it, and because it looks good. But if I'm going to see it, I might as well read the book, and Brandon also wants to see the movie and read the book, so I was able to convince him to get this, even though it was $2. Last book I got, Water for Elephants. This was $1.49. I spent $1.49 for it. It feels new. I'm pretty sure this is a heart and soul new book. I can just tell. There's pictures in it, guys. I didn't even look at it before. There's pictures in it. I'm so happy. I saw the movie. I should have waited and read the book again, but I didn't. So I've always wanted to read it. The movie was decent. I didn't love it. But I liked it enough to be willing to read the book. Because if I just liked the movie, then I'm sure the book's going to be even better. So I can read it now. I did technically get two other books that same week. I got them from Bookman's. Two of them were a series of unfortunate events books. I got The Carnivorous Carnival and The Slippery Slope. I don't have them here. because I have all of the Series Unfortunate Events books, both in the library and the ones I own, mixed together right now and in a tote bag. And I just didn't want to take them out of order, and so I just didn't do that. Because you saw them in my TBR video anyways, right? Right. And the clothing items we got, Brandon got an Adidas golf shirt. He golfs a lot. I actually usually golf with him, but he golfs way more than I do. This is the shirt. It's very cute on him. That shirt, what did he spend for the shirt? I want to say he spent $5 for the shirt, I believe. And then he got this shirt. And since we live in Arizona, we are, Arizona Cardinal fans. It's just like another polo, but it feels like a golf shirt. It might actually be one of those golf shirts. He got that shirt for $2. And then he got some golf pants, also from Adidas. I'll just fold them in half and show you. See this? Just some basic black pants. But those of you who know Adidas, they're very expensive, especially for buying like their sports gear. And so he saw them and tried them on, and they fit, and that was great. And they had the Adidas shirt and the Adidas pants both had the tags on them, like they were brand new, never worn before. And so the Adidas pants he only spent $10 for. So cheap. And I don't have them here because they're in his car with his golf equipment. But he also got Adidas shoes, brand new. Spent $8 for them. They're Adidas golf shoes, I believe. Maybe they're just Adidas, but he wears them golfing. So now it's like a whole Adidas get-up because he also has an Adidas golf hat. So that's kind of cool. And then I got 2 shirt things. I got this. I don't even know what it's called. From Old Navy. See? This little thing. So when it's like summer and you want to wear like a tank top or like a spaghetti strap or camisole or whatever you call them in your part of the world. It's like, it's your arms showing or like your armpits showing. I don't know. I never want my armpits to show for some reason. Then you can wear that over it. But because it's summer, you don't want to wear like a little jacket thing that makes you hot, and that has a bunch of holes in it. So it's nice and cool, and it's really cute. And that was from Old Navy, and I only spent 99 cents for it. This I got. It does not have the tag on it, so I have no idea what company makes it, but it was really cute. I spent $2 on this shirt. See? It's like navy blue and dark gray stripes. I'll show you the back. See? Navy blue, dark gray stripes. And it comes with an attached spaghetti strap inside. So that way you don't have to have your own spaghetti strap and they're just attached and you never lose them. But they're not like the annoying ones where like the whole shirt is just like awkwardly hanging there. It only has the front side of the spaghetti strap and then the back side is the stripes. It's not like a big shirt. It's not like a shirt inside the jacket where they sew them in just on the top and it's super annoying and uncomfortable. It's like one fluid shirt. I like it. Yeah. Finally, I'll show you guys what I got. I am definitely going to start going to more thrift stores to shop because it's just fun. It's kind of cool picking through and knowing that you might not find anything, but at the same time, oh my god, you might find something that's normally $300, but it's in there for $5. Like the Store Express. They have shirts in there that are like $80, and I found one in there and I was going to buy it, but it was one size too small for me, and it was a cute shirt. You know how much it was in there? $3. $3 for a shirt from Express. Half the crap in there because I was in Scottsdale still had the new tags on it. It's just a good deal. That and the fact that there's books, and I could always use more books. I love books so much. But yeah, so every time I go to the thrift store, I will make a new thrift video for you guys. And you should like the video if you want me to make more thrift videos for you. But besides that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!